We are the Lab Doctors. I'm Amanda.
I'm Dorothy.
And I'm Zhao Yong.
We are biomedical researchers who realized we still have a lot to learn about science.
So why not join us on this quest?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Lab Doctors podcast. So this week we'll be talking about
Sleep paralysis.
Yay! I've always wanted. No, I wanted to know about the topic, but I scared it's too hard to digest because it's probably neuro. I don't know.
as in yay for learning.
Yeah.
Not yay for sleep paralysis. I'm always
It
good for
sounds
yay for
scary,
learning.
but if you experience it once, wait, is it the one where you can fly in the sky? Okay, no, I think you'll go into it.
Yeah, I'll go into it.
When you can
Sounds
fly in the
cool.
sky.
But that's my first question. If y'all have ever experienced sleep paralysis before.
Not
Seriously?
that I know of.
Oh.
Will you know?
It's
Yeah.
As in,
scary,
you
what?
wake up and then you suddenly can't move.
Yeah, they say you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
move,
yeah.
which is
But
scary.
you are conscious that you can't move.
Yes.
And
Okay.
it sounds like a ghost, you can float on top of your body and then you can look at yourself, and I'll be like, I would be freaked out because I would look like a dead person. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so it happened quite a few times in the past. I honestly can't remember how many times. But the very first time that it happened, I think when I was quite young, that I got so freaked out that I had
How
to
young? Like secondary school?
No, primary school.
Oh my gosh.
That would be freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got so freaked out that I had to go and sleep in my sister's room because I
But
cannot
how?
sleep
You can't
in my
move,
room
right? By
alone.
right?
No, after that.
It's like, move, my body, move, cannot move.
And he was maybe 7 or 8, I'm guessing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think around there. Yeah. So, yeah, it was quite traumatic. But then I think initially I was just like, oh yeah, it's all the demons. All the demons are trying to take over my body or some shit. So I get them scared. But then I think in secondary school when I read up about sleep paralysis, then I was like, oh, it's actually a thing. After that, I was just like, freaking demons, them cowards that attack me in my sleep. Then I'll get very frustrated.
Yeah.
But then I think more recently when I experienced it a couple of months back, I was just like, oh, it's this shit again. It's just so tired of it.
So it doesn't happen often.
No. But it can. So some people that have this disorder, they would experience sleep paralysis a lot more than other people. So just a brief introduction for stats, which is why I was quite surprised because most prevalence studies of sleep paralysis suggest that 15 to 40% of younger individuals have experienced at least one episode of sleep paralysis.
15 to 40?
Yeah, so
Actually, it makes sense. I mean, it's
roughly,
like one-third, ma.
Yeah,
Oh,
one
yeah.
third.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's us.
Yeah, in our sample.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So there is this phenomenon that occurs during sleep where the link between our brain and motor neurons are severed, and this is known as muscle atonia. So ATONIA.
Okay, A is don't have,
Yes.
and then tonia is...
So it's the absence of muscle tone. So this typically occurs during rapid eye movement or REM sleep, and muscle atonia is natural and occurs as a result of the inhibition of motor neurons in the spinal cord by the release of inhibitory signals. So even now, people are kind of still studying what exactly are the signals, but this typically includes neurotransmitters glycine for some reason. So glycine is an amino acid and gamma aminobutyric acid.
GABA.
Yeah, GABA. But the point is, these signals block the brainstem's excitatory signals to our motor neurons that are normally present during waking hours and non-REM sleep. So as such, the signals to the limb muscles are dampened and are often insufficient to generate contraction. So I guess my question to y'all right now is, why do y'all think it is necessary to have muscle atonia during REM sleep?
So that all the energy really channels to deep sleep.
What does that mean?
like your muscles don't move and they don't consume energy, so everything goes into repairing your body and getting your good, well-rested sleep.
Okay.
I have zero theories.
Zero theories. Okay, so what happens during REM sleep? Can you
Rapid eye
remember?
movement.
Okay, but also,
Slower heart rate. Is it?
is it?
I also cannot remember. Should I pull it out?
But one of the things that characterizes REM sleep is vivid dreaming, and that's why there's rapid eye movement.
Right.
because,
Sorry, I thought we were talking about physical
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I guess I'm sleeping and I'm lying down.
My breathing is slower.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bad question. But yeah, because there is vivid dreaming, that's why our eyes flicker and move a lot, because it's like our body trying to perceive what we are seeing in the dream world. And hence muscle atonia is important because we are not in that deep sleep zone yet, and so it prevents us from acting out what we see in our REM sleep dreams. Yeah.
You know, I would just be crazy. Like imagine we are running in our dream and then we start running.
Yeah.
But some
Okay.
people flail.
Yeah. So there are also other sleep disorders that are related to like inability to establish muscle atonia. And so like apparently people like kick their partners in their
Oh
yeah,
my
okay,
goodness.
sleep constantly.
Been punched in my sleep before.
You don't dream?
Not often.
I don't dream often also.
I feel like I dream when I'm very stressed and it's always about
Nightmare.
anxiety
Exam.
and losing stuff.
Taking an exam.
I feel like it's always regrets. It's like it will send
I feel
me
like
back
you won't be
to-
stressed about exams.
Oh, yeah.
No, so it's weird. So then I'll be sent back into like a past either uni or like in JC where I'm taking an exam, and then I'll be like, oh shit, I need to do this all over. So I have the memory of the fact that I'm currently not in that phase of schooling anymore. But my brain would just be like, oh shit, I need to take that exam again.
Yeah, I got that. I think
need to
once.
study again. Yeah, and then I'm just like, okay, study again. And then I'll wake up and I'll be like, why did that make logical sense?
Yeah, like in your dream, you know that it doesn't make sense, but then you still continue with the dream. It's like very funny.
It's nonsense.
Sorry. It's funny.
Yeah. Okay. So how exactly does sleep paralysis occur? Again, the exact science is still really unknown.
Yeah, because actually I was sorry to jump in, but I was just thinking, how are they studying it? If you only
Exactly.
had one episode in the past like 2 years, and then you
Yeah,
have to
you can't
be
monitor
hooked
the
up.
person sleeping.
Unless you monitor them every night.
Yeah, so these studies are typically done on people that actually have disorders related to sleep paralysis.
Like often.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. I remember the acronym is RISP, RISP, but I cannot remember. So the last
Something
two words
something
are-
sleep paralysis. Regular interval sleep paralysis.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Wait, let me do a quick search.
It'll be in the links. But like, it's RISP. But most researchers believe that sleep paralysis typically involves a mixed state of consciousness between wakefulness and REM sleep. So it's like either the in-between period where you're going to transition into sleep, so from wakefulness into sleep. And apparently this transition phase is known as hypnagogia. So it's either that or like waking up from REM sleep. So during the REM sleep to wakefulness transition, known as hypnopompia. So these cool, exciting words of hypno is just going into REM sleep or getting out of REM sleep.
Got it.
So I was gonna ask y'all if there were demons in your sleep paralysis state, but then I realized like y'all don't have sleep paralysis. I had demons. So so it is actually quite common for sleep paralysis to be accompanied by hypnagogic or hypnopompic hallucinations. Unfortunately or sadly, I guess depending on your beliefs, most of these hallucinations is because of this blended state of simultaneously processing dreams and reality at the same time. So our brain distort things that we see into things that are not really there.
So which came first? Demons in TV shows or demons in life? I guess demons in life.
Yeah. I mean,
No, I mean like did people imagine demons first? That's why like they came up with TV shows
I mean-
or like stories, but
Yeah.
or like the demons in stories come out first. Then people start hallucinating about demons.
Good question. So why I even like had this, I want to look into sleep paralysis is because I was listening to this podcast called 30 Morbid Minutes. Yeah, we can link it. But generally they talk into very macabre stuff of human life, culture, society.
Yeah.
And so they went into the more cultural aspects of sleep paralysis. So if you're interested in that, I guess a more anthropologic,
Not
more,
biological.
Yeah, so more social aspect
Yeah.
of sleep paralysis, you can take a look at that episode. But typically, these hallucinations transform into culturally relevant demons, ghouls, ghosts, or monsters, which is why even though sleep paralysis is universal, there are cultural differences in the monsters that we see. So a lot of it has to do with like our beliefs and what we know of like, I guess, the spiritual or like scary world.
what you perceive as demon.
Yeah. So actually different cultures have like you see different demons and different explanations for sleep paralysis. But it is usually just the ones that we believe or have been exposed to the most throughout our lives. So what is interesting is that regardless of the demons that we see, these hallucinations can be described by a proposed 3-factor structural model. Sounds complicated, and I don't know why they call it factor. It's just different phases or stages or like. But anyway, the first factor is termed intruder. So this is the sense of feeling of like there's a presence around you, fear, and auditory or visual hallucinations. So this I get quite a lot. Whenever like I'm in that sleep paralyzed state, I'll feel like a lot of fear because it's like I suddenly can't move. So sometimes I can't even open my eyes, and that's the best because then I don't see anything.
Oh,
If it's the kind that my eyes are open, then it gets really creepy because then you start seeing stuff.
like what? You see stuff like in the sky. I mean, like in the ceiling. Of
Not
your-
really. So like when I was younger in my room, there was this very dark corner. So then I would start seeing like something looking at me from that dark corner, and it gets very, very creepy.
Okay, so it's like you're lying down.
Yeah.
Your view is from...
Yes, but like, you know, when you're lying down, you can still turn your eyeballs to like look. Yeah. So yeah, I will always like look at that corner and there'll be a demon there.
What if you don't look at that corner?
The demon is still there. I'll still sense it. which is the whole intruder phase. The second is known as the incubus phase. So
what?
yeah, that comprises...
Incubus? What's incubus?
It's like
Like
a
the
demon.
band. Oh.
Basically, it's just a shorthand for the feeling of like there's this pressure on your chest that causes breathing difficulties and pain. I never experienced pain, but like your breathing really feels constricted also. You really feel like something's sitting on
Is
you.
it because like scientifically really your muscle is not, it's a bit tighter? Like
Yes. I'll go into that later. But that's the part that transcends all like people who experience sleep paralysis. Like if you look into drawings and media of like, I mean, people in the past, like how they explain sleep paralysis, it's like there's this demon sitting on your chest.
oh yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you've come to work before saying like, oh, you feel like your cat is like sitting on you or something. Or like your cat is staring at you because like there's something sitting on your chest.
Yeah.
And now it all makes sense.
So, or like in other cultures, it's like, oh, the demon is like holding you down on your chest.
Right.
So that's the other thing that's common throughout.
That's so stressful as a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is this why you have trauma?
But the third is unusual bodily experiences. So that consists of what Dorothy was mentioning. So the feeling of floating or flying, out of body experiences where it's like you're looking at your body, or like feelings of bliss. So there are some links to lucid dreaming.
Yeah. Oh, it's different. Okay.
Yeah. So for me, it always stops at the second. I never experienced this ever. It's always just demons sitting, freaking cowardly demons that attack me in my sleep.
Wait, is there a reason why you don't go into the third stage?
I have no idea. Usually, I think it's just too much fear and I'm just like, yeah, I just want to get out of it.
And how do you get out of it?
So after a while, I guess the neurotransmitters kind of stop like inhibiting the signals and then you can start moving again.
Wait, so if you're transiting into the deep sleep phase, then will you go back to sleep? Because you say you can move your body again.
No, so it's always transitioning from wakefulness to REM sleep or from REM sleep back into wakefulness. So you're not transitioning into a deeper phase of sleep.
Okay.
Maybe something like woke you up or like you just naturally woke up. So a common symptom that I mentioned just now with the demon sitting on the chest can also be explained by muscle atonia. So atonia is not only restricted to the limbs, but also the axillary respiratory muscles. So these are the intercostal muscles in our rib cage. So apparently during sleep, the diaphragm is the main muscle that remains unaffected. And because these auxiliary muscles are not as active, so this stiffness is kind of perceived as oppression or pressure on the chest by a heavy weight. Yeah. So it's just because we can't move it so it feels like we can't move it because there's something
Science is so cool. Sorry.
So has your demon come down from the dark corner of your room onto your chest?
Oh, never. It's always like
There's another demon.
It has like telekinesis. It will like force me down.
Oh my god.
It's so Star Wars. Like,
Yeah. And nowadays I understand. Like, so I'll still be scared when I first experience it. I'll just be like, oh shit, like I can't move. And then 2 seconds later I'll be like, oh, it's just sleep.
I guess the fear is not being able to move, not really fear of the demons or whatever anymore.
Yeah. And the demons are just a way for your brain. I mean, it's also because your brain is kind of in that dream state. So it's just your brain's way of explaining what's happening to you physically.
Yeah.
So that you don't go crazy.
Yeah.
But like, weirdly enough, it's the thing that drives you crazy.
What does your demon look like?
Oh, it has no figure. It's just a shadow.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Gore?
No, not at all. But like,
I would die in my sleep. Gore.
no, it's just like a shadow. It's like this mass of shadow. Yeah.
That's not too bad, I feel.
It's not too bad. Yeah.
I was imagining like Genie, but the evil version.
Like red with horns.
Yeah, that kind.
But
or
that
like green.
kind of makes sense to me because like, I mean, I'm not exactly a particularly religious person. And so I don't really look into all this
right.
iconography. So demons to me probably don't even have like a shape or face or whatever, you know. And so like, it's just a shadow and that's how my brain explains it.
So you've never floated out?
No, never.
That
Damn,
sucks.
I wanna know.
We need someone else.
That's like
We need to.
experienced
Because
it.
like how, I don't understand how you can float out of your body and see yourself. Like since you said you're paralyzed, you're lying down, you are
Yeah,
looking from your bed.
That's what I don't really get also. Like, how do you visualize that? You know?
Did they explain it with science? Because like so far it's atonia, right?
Yeah, so not really. It's just because it is that dream state, and you know, a lot of things can happen when we're dreaming. Our brains is just weird or something. And so like you can just see everything, but maybe it's like an image of you when you're lying down and you saw through a mirror or something. I don't know.
The mirrors on the ceiling.
Or maybe there's a mirror on the ceiling. I don't know. But like, yeah, if maybe you have that kind of mental image in your brain of like how you look when you're sleeping, or like pictures. Maybe like you have pictures of you. Why do you have pictures of you sleeping? But I don't know. But like, yeah.
I guess if you have aphantasia, it's more like I would just like paste my face on like, you know, in my brain.
Or a random
Yeah.
like image that you had in your brain. Yeah.
Like I know, I mean like you've definitely taken pictures or like there's been pictures of you where your eyes are closed. So you kind of know what you look like when your eyes are closed.
And
And,
then
then
there
you've
are
definitely
pictures of
seen
you
other people
lying
like
down.
sleeping. Not even, it doesn't have to be me. It's just
Oh,
like,
right.
I know what my figure looks like. Just like transpose it to like a lying down.
And then it's like, oh, close enough for your
Yeah.
brain to just be like, oh, that's
Oh,
me.
that's real, yeah.
So yeah, no demons, just brains being weird. So factors that predispose us to sleep paralysis.
Oh, okay. Can we guess?
Stress.
A lot of it actually has to do with your sleep habits. So like factors that predisposes us to sleep paralysis include sleep deprivation. So like involuntary sleep deprivation like insomnia, or voluntary sleep deprivation like binge watching Netflix.
Crap.
Irregular sleep-wake schedules. So that can be involuntary again, like narcolepsy. So this is a condition where you fall asleep randomly during the day. So
I really want to link the Texan video.
the narcolepsy dog. It's really cute but really sad at the same
Oh,
time.
the one that like walk a few steps then sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So humans that are like that too.
Yeah. So that's involuntary, or voluntary because you binge watch Netflix, so it affects your sleep-wake cycle.
I wanted to do that tonight. I guess maybe I'll sleep first.
But you haven't
It's
gotten
the
that throughout your
weekend
life.
tonight.
So
Yeah.
maybe
Oh,
you're
yeah,
just the type of people that won't.
Won't get.
Yeah. And lastly, jet lag.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like for me, a lot of it is when I'm sleep deprived, then like I'll experience it.
From watching Netflix.
No, from anything. Sometimes it's like I come back home from camps where like, you know, like there's a lot less sleep. Or like I study unhealthily because it's like, you know, last minute studying. Then I'll get it. So, but most interestingly, it has been shown that sleep paralysis episodes are more common when we sleep in the supine position. So sleeping on our backs. So like lying down like as if you're in a coffin. And that's why and that's why like there's a lot of those kind of like, oh yeah, it's demons or whatever, because you're in that
Oh
particular.
my god! So like you not sleeping in a supine position technically has two benefits.
Yeah. So you
So
prevent sleep
uncomfortable
paralysis.
if you're not.
No, you sleep on your side.
on
lah.
side,
Yeah.
Sleep on side, yeah.
Wait, what were you thinking on your stomach?
On your stomach.
Some people sleep on their stomach.
Yeah,
though.
which sounds so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know.
No, but okay, let's say you're sleeping on your stomach and you have sleep paralysis, right? Then you open your eyes, right? Technically, it's gonna be dark. I mean,
Well, when you can sleep on your stomach, you can still.
right. It's not you can't breathe. You
Yeah.
turn your head. Okay, I would go to sleep in the supine position, right?
I typically go to sleep in the like side.
Yeah, actually side.
Yeah,
I mean
but then
side or supine. I
I'll
don't know.
always wake up in the supine and I'm like, which demon flipped me in my sleep? Freaking coward. Flip me when I'm awake.
Oh my god, it's so weird. I mean, we're all weird, so.
Okay, but in general, things you can do to help prevent sleep paralysis
Better
include,
sleep.
Yeah, regular sleeping hours, so 6 to 8 hours. A good sleep routine, so going to sleep at the same time every night and waking up at roughly the same time every morning. And get regular exercise, but not in the 4 hours before going to sleep. And
Why?
lastly, sleeping on your side.
Adrenaline.
Also, it means that you can't sleep properly. I mean, like, no, but sometimes you exercise, you're so tired that you sleep.
I think it depends on the person.
Person to person,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because like some people like exercising in the morning, some people exercise at night.
So the don'ts: do not eat a big meal before sleep.
I feel like that causes more indigestion than sleep paralysis.
But I think it's also like harder for you to sleep on your side or something, maybe. And then don't smoke or drink alcohol or caffeine shortly before going to bed.
Don't smoke or drink alcohol in general.
Yeah. So yeah, that's sleep paralysis.
Basically, good. What's it called? Sleep hygiene.
Yeah,
Is that
good
the thing?
sleep
Yeah.
hygiene.
Practice?
No, it's called sleep hygiene.
Really?
Something.
It's
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
What? Can't is it just good sleep practice?
I mean,
Sleep
it
routine?
basically means that. I don't know why they call it sleep hygiene.
You want to be clean from the demons.
I feel like science is so cool. Muscle atonia, a new thing that I learned today.
Yeah, I didn't
and I'm
know
like, yeah, it explains you can't move your limbs and
And the breathing
the
difficulty.
chest thing.
Yeah.
Which is so cool.
Yeah. And then our brain's just being weird.
Yeah. No, our body is so cool. They like try to like explain everything. Like our brain. I'm sorry, our brain.
No,
It's so
but
complex.
it's also like to help you cope.
Yeah.
But I guess it's what it's programmed to do.
Well,
And
but once you know the science, it helps you cope, right? Like your brain,
for me, yeah.
rationalizes.
No,
as opposed to like it's a demon.
it's more like it's a practice response. So like now that I know all these things, when it happens to me, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's just sleep paralysis, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why like, nowadays I don't exactly care anymore. It's just like, I need to ride through this nonsense.
If your eyes didn't open, what will you see?
Nothing.
Or it's just
So
black?
it's just black, yeah.
Then that's great.
No, it's worse.
Why?
I imagine the demon like floating right in front of me, like Voldemort in
You know,
like...
like
Can you control what you think?
Yeah, so like when I didn't know what was happening, like I couldn't, it just went everywhere. But now that I know, it's like you need to rein it in a bit still because there's still that initial fear. But like, I feel like...
it's the
when
Inception thing where they like, the guy hires the person to like train him so that he doesn't.
he can't get incepted.
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that. Like I feel like that logic process kind of helps me override the fear.
Cool. Or not.
And as usual, subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Spotify. A like and a comment will really help us out.
You can also follow us on our social media, Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, and feel free to DM us any questions.
Alternatively, you can email us at thelabdoctors@gmail.com. We'll put all the links in the episode description, so check them out if you're interested. Thank you.
Bye.
Wait, what's RISP? You searched it, right?
Oh, it's I forgot. Recurrent isolated sleep paralysis.